I have to make this video because people are going to lose so much money in NTFs here due to all the influencer FOMO. And I'm not coming back to YouTube, but I do want to make this short little series so that at least if you're my follower and you're seeing Gary Vee and all these people pumping these terrible, terrible investments, that you know exactly which ones to avoid. And if you are in NTFs, I absolutely love NTFs right now. It's like my favorite thing ever as a hobby. There are so many artists and projects you can get into that still have potential to 20 to 30x and not lose you money. Not lose you gargantuan amounts of money when the floor comes out. And so in this video, I'm going to cover the collectibles and things I think you should absolutely not buy right now. These are going to be the CryptoPunks, the top shots, the top 10 super rare artists. Oh my God. Oh my God. So incredibly dangerous to buy right now. And there's such a better way to, if you're looking to just make money, there's such better ways to make money right now in crypto. More importantly, I'm going to show you how I find really good projects that I believe will 20, 30, 50x. Because again, 99% of the NFT market is undiscovered right now, and mostly people are just FOMOing into whatever people are posting on Twitter. There's no evidence that it has value. There's no evidence that it will hold value. They're like, oh, it's like a collectible. It's like CryptoPunks. It's going to explode. No. How many collectibles can we possibly have, guys? How many collectibles can we possibly have? And then more importantly, these things that have been picked up by the community, they are at FOMO prices. They are not at a price that actually reflects the value they will hold. I think these things will hold value in the future, but I think they are in the biggest bubble, and they're sure as hell not going to 4x right now. And you could just simply put your money in Cardano right now and 4x it, and it would be liquid. So let me just actually break this down instead of complaining at you. Also, if you're interested in finding out about new projects and just artists that I think are just being discovered and art you can get really cheap that has no massive bottom fall, just follow me at ZSS Becker. I'm constantly sharing new artists that I think are really cool and new projects I think are really cool just from an art collecting point of view. Some of these, they're getting in at the start. They could 20, 50x, but overall, I'm going to make sure. But overall, I just suggest things that I think are really cool and undiscovered right now, and you can get cheaper than they're going to be in the future. That's it. Follow me there if you want to see that. And just another disclaimer, I'm not a financial expert. This is not advice. This is not financial advice. Just consider me pissed drunk and here to entertain you right now. And on top of that, I've only been doing NFTs for like 1 month. I've probably like lost just as much money as I've made from them. So this isn't like making money advice or like how to make more money. I'm just talking about risks that I see. And there's going to be people watching this video that have way more experience in NFTs than I am, that have been doing this for like 3 years, that might disagree with me, and that's completely fine. And if you want to point out that I've only been doing this for a short time, that's completely cool. I'm just interested in this subject, and I feel like talking about it, and I see something that really scares me just in general, and I think I want to help people at least be aware of like the unoptimistic view of this. Okay, so these are CryptoPunks, and this is basically what Gary Vee is telling everybody to buy. Now, don't get me wrong, I made a 2x ROI buying CryptoPunks. I bought them all when they were around like 13, 14,000 and flipped them very recently for about 26,000. On top of that, when this bear market comes, I'm going to come and buy back my CryptoPunks. In fact, even if the bear market never comes, I'm going to buy back my CryptoPunks when the market stabilizes. But right now, what people are doing that is so dangerous is they're FOMOing into all these things. And the reason why I won't touch CryptoPunks right now, and I won't touch specific types of NFTs I'm going to list out to you right now, is because of this very reason right here. The price is based around FOMO, and it's an illiquid asset. I mispronounced that, but this asset right here is not something you can exit until someone buys it from you. I think that's fairly obvious, okay? But it's like a house. If I buy a $300,000 house, I'm going to have to find a buyer for that $300,000 house. Now, if you bought a punk back at, if we look at the prices for this guy right here, let's go and look at this. So this punk originally was claimed for nothing, okay? And if we look at the trading history on most punks, you're going to see, let's see if we can find a good one right here. It sold for $78, $100, then $23,000. There's no in between right here. This is a bubble FOMO price right here. But more importantly, here's what you need to understand. If you bought this at $5,000, $1,000, the potential for it to 4 or 5x and the surety that it was worth it. I do not see CryptoPunks 4 to 5xing. And even if they do, for example, ADA, Cardano, is easily going to 4 to 5x if this bull run continues, and it's liquid. So what you could easily do is you could take the money out of your CryptoPunks right now, stuff it in ADA, and have a liquid investment that you can exit if this market crashes, Once it 4 to 5x's along with these, you can just come back and buy yours for 100K if you really want it. Is that buying it more expensive in the future? Yes, but you have to consider it that this market right now is in this form. We have this NTF market that's in a giant bubble that is affected by the crypto market, which is also probably in a bubble right now. So you have an unstable market riding piggyback to another unstable market. That's the biggest risk of all time, to be putting something in an illiquid asset. All right, I'm not going to spell it out right here. And this is what you need to understand whenever you're buying NFTs. This is what I didn't understand the first time, and I lost a lot of money on Hashmask. Now, what you must understand right now is that when you buy an illiquid asset, your trade-off for the illiquidity is the fact that it's going to hold value. Okay, so if you buy a $2 million house, it's not going to $1 million. It's just not, unless you pee and poop all over that house. That's the trade-off. Or you buy an asset that can 2 to 3x but isn't going to crash. But when you buy a punk right now for $29,000, or you buy a collectible right now for 1 to 2 ETH, I'm going to show you some crazy stuff here in a second. You're buying an illiquid asset that has no evidence that it's not going back down. And also, if you want to make a 4x ROI on your assets, you could just buy Cardano. Again, this isn't financial advice. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm an idiot. You should ignore all my videos. I'm just sitting here picking my nose, and I'm drunk. That's my disclaimer, okay? This is the most dangerous thing you can do in NFTs. So let me give you a few types of NFTs you should never buy. You should never buy collectibles right now that are in a pumped up market, for this one reason I just laid out right here. Okay, this is going to be your crypto punks and your top shots. Basically what Gary Vee is telling everybody to buy. Can these go up? Yeah, these might be $50,000, even $100,000 by the end of the cycle. But that 4x ROI is the same ROI you could get on a cryptocurrency easily. Like, I mean, I have multiple 10 to 15x cryptocurrencies right now, and this market, if the bull run continues, you're going to 4 to 5x on things like Cardano, probably Ethereum, probably Polkadot. And those are liquid. You can exit them at any time. So that means if a bear market comes early, you could just exit these. If a bear market comes right here, you're going to be in the same exact place all the people in Hashmask were, where they're all going to be undercutting each other. It's going to go to 25, 23, 22, and no one's going to catch that falling knife in a collectible. It's an illiquid asset. Next. This is a big old secret. So here's an artist that I actually flipped some work from. He's a top 10 artist on Super Rare. And you can see that his latest artworks just went for $40,000. Now, am I saying that MSBQ isn't worth MSBQ isn't worth $40,000? No. You can actually see that I came down here and I bought one of these pieces right here and flipped it for much more. So why should you not buy from this artist right here? Here's what you need to understand. In NTFs right now, if you want to make a lot of money, do not buy from artists that have been discovered, because they're, again, in a bubble price. Their price right now is based on the FOMO in the market. Okay, this guy's art is very, very, very good, but there's also artists right now that are undiscovered that have just as good art that you can get for half an ETH. And they haven't been discovered yet. The reason why these artists' artwork is so high is, again, I'm not digging at this artist. I think all these artists, I appreciate your work. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that people are doing exactly what I did right now, way too late. They're going in and they're going and loading up the top 10 artists on Super Rare, and then they're just buying anything that's at a decent price. Or they're just buying anything at this point, to be honest. Okay, this Pac was number one. I'm not saying Pac's work is not incredible, but there's also tons of incredible work that is just as good as Pac's on the market right now. Okay, and they're just not discovered yet. And so the second type of NFT you don't want to buy is from discovered artists or in the secondary market. Rule number one of NFTs right now is do not buy in the secondary market. Always buy directly from a new project. That is how you make money. Do not buy in the secondary market. CryptoPunks are like a billion zillion years in the secondary market. Top 10 super rares in a supermarket. And then let me show you the last thing, because I learned this lesson the hard way with Hashmask. Okay. Holy moly, that gives me PTSD thinking about those things. All right, so look, I'm not digging at this project right here. This could be the next Pokemon cards. I don't know. But you can see crypto ships right here. These things are going for like 1 ETH, 2 ETH. And the entire premise on this is I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not taking digs at artists' work right here. But again, this is mass produced. This is, I'm not taking a dig, but I could pay someone on 99 Designs to make this type of art for me for around $500. Okay, less than the ETH right here. So art-wise, it doesn't really hold up as a 1 ETH. I'm going to show you some things I got for 1 ETH that I think are worth 1 ETH, and I'm keeping forever here in a second. Okay, but the entire reason why people are paying 1 ETH for these things is because it's a collectible. It's a collectible. Guys, how many collectibles can this market have? There is a new collectible with some level of rarity entering the marketplace every single day, and people are FOMOing into every single collectible they see because they think it's going to be collectible. What's going to happen as soon as the bear market comes in crypto? There's going to be an excessive amount of collectibles that have all sold at super high prices, like starting at 75 ETH is inappropriate. Hashmask, which are an amazing project, it's just down right now, started at 0.1 ETH. Okay, and so they're actually selling for 1.5 ETH right now, which is an incredible ROI even in the down market for Hashmask. When CryptoPunks originally launched, I believe they were like selling for $28, something like that. These people are asking $2,000 up front for their collectible. I could understand that if this collectible had years of evidence of growing in popularity like CryptoPunks, but it's not. It's one of 1,000 other collectibles entering the marketplace. There is this one collectible right now that I noticed, here we go right here, that people are buying for 1 ETH up front. A 2 ETH for this thing right here. I'm not insulting the project, the work, but I mean, like, this is not a 2 ETH piece. And the only reason people are buying this is they believe it's some type of collectible. It has some type of rarity. And so people, I could understand with CryptoPunks where it's the first NTF and it has that history behind it. But there's 1,001 new collectibles popping up on the market every single day. Eventually, the money is going to be too spread far between all these collectibles right here. And since they're starting at such high prices, they have nowhere to go but down. So don't buy collectibles right now, because you don't know what collectibles are actually going to be things that people care about. Think of all the trading card games out there. Now imagine if all the trading card games that were ever made right now, popping up in 2021, started their prices off at current Pokemon card valuations, first editions. That would make no sense, because the reason why a $55,000 Charizard is worth $55,000 is there's a trend of it going up for 20 years. There's no trend of this thing going up. And frankly, the art doesn't justify it. The art is not worth that, okay? So let me show you what I'm talking about exactly right here when I say about undiscovered artist. So check out this artwork right here from an undiscovered artist. This is going for 1 ETH. This right here, which is something I would store in my virtual home for forever, is going for 1.2 ETH right now. Versus this for 4,000, for double the price. Why does this thing double the price? Because it's a collectible. But why is it a collectible? There's no evidence this thing has a history of being collected. It's just people telling each other that it's a collectible. That's the same thing that happened with Hashmask. Everybody told each other that it's the most incredible collectible ever. Even me, I FOMO'd into it hard. And then I noticed, oh wait, this is going down. Why is it going down? Why is it going down? Because it's in a bubble. It's in a market right now where people are buying it because they think it's going to be a collectible that's going to hold value, but there's no evidence it holds value. So rule number one of all of this, let me give you a few rules on what to do, okay, so you don't lose money. Absolutely number one, never buy from a secondary market. Never buy from a secondary market. So for example, here's a project called Twin Flames. There's only 100 of them. And just, I know I'm shilling these right now. I'm going to be fully transparent. I own a lot of these for this exact reason I'm going to talk about right here. And so I'm going to be completely transparent about this. If you buy these, it will benefit me. I'm being totally transparent. Don't buy them. Don't buy them. If you disagree with that, I completely get where you're coming from. But this is a collectible right here. And I found this by digging up the artists, and there's only 100 of them, and it's actually a collectible that's based around something that's being put in museums right now. It's one of the first NTFs that's going up in museums nearly at the same time. It's going up as an NTF, and there's only 100 of them, and it's one of the first photography projects, and I bought them all directly from the artist at the beginning. Okay, so this is an example. Like, I really don't like collectibles, and so this would kind of fall into the realm of collectibles. But these right here, there's only 100 of them. But more importantly, I bought it at the bottom, the absolute bottom, directly from the artist. That is rule number one. Do not buy from secondary markets, which is buying from people who are flipping it. Okay, buying from people who are flipping the artwork. That's how you get burned. If you always buy directly from the artist, A, you're supporting the artist and helping them get started. B, you're getting in at the lowest price it will ever be at. Theoretically, you're definitely not getting in at a bubble price, because the artists, when they're starting off, are not charging bubble prices. Next, don't go and buy from people that are already in bubble prices. The top 10 artists on Super Rare, as much as I like their work, are in bubble prices. Next, with that being said, do not buy collectibles that start off in bubble prices that don't have anything special about them. All right, so this artwork right here, this isn't a landmark project. This is just another collectible that was launched, just like that spaceship one I showed you. The Twin Flames, for example, there's only 100 of them, first off, but it's one of the first big photography projects going up in NTFs, and it's a very big project just in the art world in general. And again, I'm buying it directly from the artist. This right here, I believe, is already being flipped. Yeah, okay, so it was sold for 99, and now it's being flipped for 2. Okay, and so people are going to buy this because people are posting about this on Twitter. And then it's going to do the same exact thing Hashmask did, probably, because there's too many collectibles. How many things are we going to collect? How many collectible collections is one person going to have? People, when they collect things, don't have 15 different collectibles. There's not enough anything to be supporting this other than FOMO prices. So basically, just ignore all the collectible projects that are based around art being mass produced by a computer, because that's what this looks like. Okay, I'm not digging on the project. I'm sure whatever happens right here, but there's nothing historic about this project. It's just that. Okay. Next, don't buy from artists who have already been discovered. Am I saying that, like, for example, MBSJQ that doesn't have an incredible work that's worth $50,000? No. I'm just saying if you want to safely store your money and put it in an investment, there's no evidence right now that his artwork is going to maintain this value. There's just isn't. There's a month of evidence. Okay, for example, I bought his artwork for about $2,000 just a week and a half ago and flipped it for $8. About that. So, you know, this is really going up, and so it's either at the highest price or one of the highest prices it's ever going to be at, or it's already pumped in price, or it could go back down. When you can find artists that are just simply incredible, like for example this one right here, who's brand new. When this is how you make money in NTFs. You find artists that are brand new and you buy directly from them. Don't ever buy from a secondary market or an already pumped artist, because you have to realize we're 1 month into NTF craze. Okay. The people that are selling right now, it's because they're in the top 10 in Super Rare. I mean, the art is great. I mean, I love this guy's artwork. I'm not saying it's not at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, like, really the great artists haven't even been discovered yet. And then people are just FOMOing into these prices right here. Like, check this out. Incredible piece right here. That's so cool. And I got it for half an ETH. Check this out right here. Incredible piece. Again, I got this for 2 ETH. When, again, a Hashmask is going for 2 ETH right now. Like, I want to stress that those ships I showed you earlier are going for the price of this thing. And I got this one directly from the artist. Could this go down in value? Yeah, but it's not going to see bubble crashes because I bought it from the artist and me and the artist agreed on the price together. Again, could this go down? Yeah, but that's beyond the point. In my virtual home in the future, I am very cool with this being in the lobby. All right, this is something I just bought because I love the artwork, but also it does have the potential to 20x because this artist hasn't been discovered. Again, compare the art in a new marketplace. Okay, compare this art to this art. Again, I like MBSJQ, but I frankly prefer this art. I prefer this art much more. And I know that's subjective, but this art right here is also 1/25 the price. And just because people haven't discovered Maker's Place yet, they've all discovered Super Rare. Okay, Maker's Place is literally a gold mine for new artists. Okay, again, check out this piece. Like, incredible art that's undiscovered. Like, incredible NFTs that are not discovered that I will gladly hang in my virtual home and just hold. And so what you don't want to do, again, is, like I said, don't buy from the secondary market. Find new artists with incredible work. They're popping on the scene every single day. Okay, like, so cool. Versus if we go grab a Beeple, which again, when the market crashes, I'm going to be buying some Beeples. I love Beeple. Massive support. I'm a massive investor. This is going for 80,000, 89,000 right here, which again, it's great artwork, but Beeple's been discovered a zillion times over. So those are the 3 rules, guys. Number 1, don't buy mass-produced collectibles right now. Way too risky. And 2, do not buy things that have already entered their FOMO prices. If Gary Vee is telling you to buy it, you probably shouldn't buy it, okay? Because, again, I love CryptoPunks. I will buy my CryptoPunk back, but right now, I took the money I made from CryptoPunks and I put it in the ADA, all right? Because I don't see these guys going to 100,000. I could see them going all the way back to 2,000 because they're illiquid. I could easily see that. And Cardano could also do that too, but I can exit Cardano on the way down. I can't exit this. So I'm not taking an illiquid asset that's at the highest price it's ever been at and not doing it when I'm really not expecting a short-term 5x ROI from it. I could easily just safely 5x my money, wait for the bear market, and then if this holds its value, then enter it during the bear market when it's stabilized. Fine, that's fine. I'll just keep my money in a liquid asset that's going to grow at the same pace right now. And then there you go. Then the final NTF I'm going to tell you not to buy is do not buy NTFs connected to brands or companies ever. Why? Because if the company goes down, the NTF goes down. And then since the NTF is an e-liquid asset or NFT, I've been saying NTFs this entire video. If the NFT goes down, you can't exit it because it's illiquid, and the company keeps all the money you gave them for the NFT. So, for example, influencer NFTs. If the influencer stops making videos, the NFT is going to go down, and you can't exit it because it's illiquid. Never buy these. I don't need to make a big case right there. If it's connected to a company or a new crypto, for example, what happens if that crypto fails like 99% of other cryptos? You've lost all that. And it's a liquid asset. It's not worth the risk for the illiquidity. If it's attached to an influencer and the influencer does something bad, like for example, people are going to be buying. I bought some of Logan Paul's new NFT because I like Logan Paul and I'm willing to hold on to it. But people are going to be buying these things for 3 ETH, 5 ETH in a few days. And what happens if Logan has another controversy? What happens if he does another forest thing? That that NFT is going to plummet. And then you're out all that money. So don't do that either. And don't buy from artists that have already been super discovered. Unless you love the artwork and it's worth $50,000 to you. If you love MSBJQ, sorry if I mispronounced it. If you love his artwork and it's worth $40,000 to you, 100% do it. If it's something that you will cherish for the rest of your life and you're like, man, I just want this in my virtual home, I want to show it to my friends, 100% do it. If you're buying their artwork for the artwork, do it. By all means, do it. I support that. That's fine. I think it's in FOMO prices, but if you love PAX artwork, you love MSBJQ's artwork, and you're buying it for the artwork, 100% do it, okay? But if you're buying stuff to make money or to store money as an investment right now, you're better off just putting in an ADA, okay, than buying a already very highly priced artist. You're going to make more money back, and then when the bear market hits, you could exit that, or if the bear market comes earlier, again, you can exit it, and then you could buy this artwork again if you're looking for an investment or a place to store money. We need to see the bottom of this market. We need to see the bottom of NFTs before we start storing money in it. That's what we need to see where it's at. We need to see where the support is at. We don't know. And buying an illiquid asset where you don't know what the support is very scary. It's like buying a house in a location for $2 million with no other prices in the area and no history of sales. Very, very, because they're at the highest price they've ever been at. At least give the market some time to cool off and make sure the price is authentic, you know? And then again, if you really want to crush it, find new projects. Even if it's collectibles, always buy collectibles at the base price. But the base price for collectibles right now are insane. They're starting at 1 ETH. No. Your collectible does not start off at being worth $2,000. I'm sorry, your spaceship project and your singularities are not worth $4,000, $1,000 or $2,000 right out the get-go. They just literally are not. And I'm pretty sure that's not the case with Singularity, but literally these projects are starting off at like 1 ETH just because. So I would stay away from collectibles altogether. and instead buy from artists that are just getting started and looking to make a name for themselves, because 99% of the artists that are going to make super, super expensive NFTs haven't even hit the market yet. So that's really it, guys. I think the most disturbing thing going on in NFTs right now is all the influencers are telling you to buy Top Shots. Oh my God. Jeez, are you kidding me? Top Shots, they're in the biggest bubble ever. CryptoPunks, biggest bubble ever. These are not good investments because they're illiquid. There's no proof they're going to keep their value, like I said before. The ROI you can make on these things is not worth the risk because of the illiquidity, because it's riding on the back of a double unstable market. The NFT market is riding on the back of the crypto market, both of which are in bubbles right now. That's insane. If you want to 4 to 5x your money, again, you can easily put it in Cardano or one of the coins that is going to 4 to 5x this cycle if the cycle continues. And if a bear market comes early, you can take the money out. If a bear market comes early on Top Shots and CryptoPunks, you cannot get that money out. You're not going to be able to get it out. You're just going to have to write it all the way down to zero and hope that CryptoPunk and Top Shots comes back in the next couple years, which I'm not willing to do. That's not if I'm going to buy a $50,000 NFT, it better have proof that it's going to hold value consistently for a long time. There's no proof of this right now. We just have and this is the price we're at, but there's no prices in between. For example, I have a $45,000 Rolex that I bought when I was an idiot, wealth obsessed idiot, okay? Not particularly proud of that, but in exchange for that $45,000, I have an asset that for the last 20 years has sold at an appreciating amount. Okay? And if I'm going to buy an asset that doesn't have a history of this, it better be liquid. It better be liquid or at the lowest starting price point. Am I insane? Am I the only person who sees this? I feel like a crazy person because nobody's saying this. So that's it, guys. Again, like I said at the start of the video, if you want to see emerging artists and projects I think are cool, that are always going to be starting at baseline prices that are not overpriced, I do share a lot of these on my Twitter at ZSSBecker. That's it. I'll catch you next time.